Hello YouTube, B3 are back with another kicking action figure review. Today I have a great review for you guys. It is over the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Scarlet Spider figure from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. Yeah, I know you guys been waiting for this review, so here it is. Everyone else in this wave, other than Rhino, has been reviewed already. Rhino will be my next Marvel Legends review, I hope so. Yeah, Scarlet Spider, he's kind of the header of this wave. It comes 2 per case. So, you know, every Spider-Man wave has to have a Spider-Man of some sort. This is Ben Reilly, the clone of Peter Parker, who was supposed to, you know, kill Peter Parker, but instead became a hero himself, and eventually Spider-Man. So, yeah, that's that. But, yeah, he's a very good figure. I'd say almost as good, if not as good, as the Pizza Spider-Man figure from the last wave with the Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure. Yeah, he's quite cool. He comes with just as many hands as it does. As you can see, he's got a web hand and a fist hand, and he has 2 of each, one for each side. And then he also has wall crawling hands, just like Pizza Spider-Man, and those can hold the pizza. And his Build-A-Figure pieces are this Rhino head, and also this Rhino head. So, yeah, you'll see more of that in the Rhino review. But now back to Scarlet Spider himself. He's actually pretty dope. I very much like this figure. Let's just zoom out a little bit. And he's got good articulation, you know, up and down on the head, side to side, of course. You know, you get a tiny little wobble. Up and down on the arms, forward and back, bicep swivel, double elbow bend, as well as a wrist swivel and forward and back on the wrist as well. He has an ab crunch forward, backward really far, waist swivel, and then in and out on the legs, forward and back on the legs, thigh swivel, double knee bend, up and down on the foot, and an ankle pivot. Yeah, so that's really nice. He doesn't have as much as the Pizza Spider-Man, because the Pizza Spider-Man has these joints right here that go in and out, but he doesn't have them because of his hoodie, I would assume. So yeah, just a tiny bit less articulation than the other Spider-Man, and a tiny bit less of accessories. But this guy's still an amazing figure in his own right. Detail and paint, I think this is a new head sculpt, actually. I am 100% positive it's not the same head sculpt that we got on Spider-Man, even though I think the Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure that's out now does have the same head sculpt as Pizza Spider-Man, but this is a different one. The eyes are slightly raised, so they're not just painted on. The hoodie actually looks pretty good. There's an old, I think it's Spider-Man Classic Scarlet Spider, that has like a cloth hoodie, and it's really stupid. But this guy has that, and the spider is painted all the way up the joint. It looks kind of ridiculous when you stretch it out like that, but at least they connected it. It would look more ridiculous if there was a big blue gap there. So I actually think they did right. They did right. So good job with that, Hasbro. And he has his web shooters on the outside, as Ben Reilly is known to have. The lines are just drawn on, so they aren't all totally like straight and parallel to each other, which is a bit of a bummer. The Ben Reilly Spider-Man, however, has the lines detailed in, and that's the difference on that. But, you know, it's whatever. The hands are a good size. They aren't too big or too small. The red dot on the belt is a little higher than it should be, so it doesn't fit exactly on the dot that's sculpted there, but it's not too big a deal. And the hoodie does have little spots for his web cartridges or whatever. And, you know, it doesn't really hinder the articulation at all. They bend a little bit, so it's fine. And then down here on the legs, you have his little pouches. Pouches on the legs like this, I think, are a great idea for a character like Spider-Man, so he can bend down and grab them. But, yeah, that's pretty dope. And I kind of think he should have worn this outfit in the Spider-Verse Scarlet Spiders title, because there was only one Scarlet Spider in that title. But it was really about the clone characters, like Spider-Woman, who was then Black Widow, and then Kane, Scarlet Spider, and Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I guess they didn't want to have to call 2 of the characters Scarlet Spider, but they mostly called him by name throughout the comic, I believe. So, you know, I think they should have had him in this outfit, honestly. But yeah, you know, very, very cool figure articulation and detail-wise. I like how they have the hood the way they have it. Because I would never have the hood up. I don't think there were many times when he ever did have the hood up in the comics. I didn't read the Clone Saga or anything. I hear I should steer clear of the Clone Saga. But, yeah, so size comparisons. First up here is with some other figures from his wave. We have Ghost Rider here on the left and the Chameleon here on the right. And I think he scales fine with both of them. And I think that works great. If you want to see the whole wave together, be sure to check out my Rhino review that's coming up. Now he's with some other Marvel Legends. Here on the left we have the Iron Man 3 comic series Iron Patriot figure, who I think he scales fine with. And then here on the right, from the first Spider-Man Infinite Series wave, which was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Ultimate Green Goblin wave, Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. And you know, I think he works fine with these guys. I think he's just swell. And here he is with some non-Hasbro Marvel figures. Here on the left we have Venom from Marvel Select and Diamond Select, and I think he's too big for our Spider-Man here. And here on the right we have a Toy Biz Carnage, and you know, I don't think it's too bad, but I prefer my Marvel Legends Carnage from the Ultimate Green Goblin wave. So yeah, you know, that's that. So what are my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Scarlet Spider figure from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave? He is quite awesome. Yes, I really like this figure. He's better than the Kane Scarlet Spider figure. I would love to have a newer Kane Scarlet Spider. Even though the Kane Scarlet Spider is not bad at all, I would just like to have, you know, a newer version. A newer version of Miles Morales as well. We are definitely due a new Miles Morales, especially since he's in the regular universe now. But this guy right here looks great. He has great accessories. He's got great detail in paint. Not quite as good as Pizza Spider-Man or Ben Reilly Spider-Man, but definitely a great figure in his own right. I think I'm going to give him... Honestly, I think he needs 5 out of 5 stars. I was thinking 4 at the first, but honestly, he's just such a huge improvement over the last 6-inch Scarlet Spider figure. He comes with all those different hands. And he's actually really, really cool. And you could probably do a head swap if we ever get a Peter Parker head sculpt and a newer Spider-Man. That'd be really cool. I know we just got one of that spectacular Spider-Man Disney Store exclusive Select Spider-Man, but it'd be too big, obviously. But yes, I absolutely love this figure. Definitely pick it up if you can. I got mine at Toys R Us, so be sure to swing by and see if you can get one. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you all so much. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. 5 out of 5 stars, and I'll see you all later.